Hello, Flora family, and welcome to our very first Q&A, our live Q&A. I'm going to be doing these every single Monday. I want to quickly make sure that I am indeed live and that you can hear me and see me okay. Oh, good. It looks like there's 6 of you here. Let me know where you're joining from, what you're hoping to learn, any questions you have. I see there's a couple already submitted, which is amazing. Thanks, Deborah, Mark, Cindy, Renee. It's so nice to see you here. Thank you for being here. So I've thought a lot about in the last couple of weeks just how I want to create more community on this page. And to me, the most important thing in the world is community. Like just to feel connected to other people. I think so much of us are missing this aspect of connection to ourself, connection to others, connection to nature. And it's kind of ironic because we're always connected. Like we're always connected via social media. We can actually like call our friends anytime, but we're also missing this real deep connection. So I'm really excited that you're here. Awesome. From Texas, from the UK, from California. Oh, wow. I'm also in California right now. Okay, awesome. Well, good to see you guys. I'm going to start addressing some of the things that have already come in our chat today. And Deborah was saying she's been dealing with GERD since November. Throat inflammation has yet to go down, even with medicine and diet. So since November, this has been going on. I think one thing I would really take a look at is what, like if this has started in November, did anything change in your lifestyle in the months leading up to this? Did anything change in your life, in your schedule, and your stress level? There's usually some sort of a trigger event that can really catalyze people into symptoms. So it's possible that also reflux has been going on underneath your threshold of awareness for like a long time. There's another possibility, but we want to look at like what changed in your life. And this is important because this can give us a little bit of insight on potential root cause. If there's nothing that you can detect, I would encourage you to be patient with your body. Definitely check out my video on how long it takes to heal from reflux, because sometimes it really can take a while for the inflammation to come down. But I would just say be patient with your body. Remember, your body, it's taken time to get where it is, and it can take time to get where it wants to be. Make sure that you're, following the tips on my page. Make sure that you watch all of the acid reflux videos so that you're implementing this in your own life. Mark, he said, can acid reflux just be I'm eating too fast and it's not the food I'm eating? Doctor wants me to take tablets. So really, really good question. Really good question. Yes. Like the answer is maybe, because I don't know you in your life. I wish I could, be there and kind of be with you at mealtime and kind of see what's going on. But yes, you can have acid reflux from years and years of poor lifestyle habits, specifically eating too fast, eating too much food at one time. Our body, our stomach can only handle so much food at one time. And unfortunately, the portion sizes that we have been given, a lot of, like societally normal portion sizes are too big for a lot of our stomachs. And if this is coupled by the fact that some of us have anatomy that makes us more likely to have reflux, like hiatal hernia issues, lower esophageal sphincter issues. Some of us are just more reflux prone. So for those of us that are reflux prone, we have to really be careful about eating too fast and about eating too much at one time, because these two things can really increase the likelihood that your lower esophageal sphincter, let me get my little pillow, that your LES muscle cannot keep things in your stomach. If we're eating too fast, too much at one time, this little muscle is supposed to keep things in your stomach, but sometimes it doesn't work as well if we are rapidly eating. And let me just show you kind of what happens when you're rapidly eating. So when you eat really quick, all the food gets stuck in the fundus. The fundus is the very top of your stomach. So it's like all right here. And your stomach contracts in 3 places in your stomach. In this top part, when it contracts and you've eaten everything and you just really kind of shoved your meal down really quick, this contracts. Some of the food will come down, but some of it will go up. There will be some reflux. And so we don't want to overfill this fundus. So when you slow down, you chew well, your stomach can contract, move the food down, contract, move the food down. So really like taking your time. And on the FLORA app, we have like timers with music and lots of information about this. I call it mealtime mindfulness or mealtime hygiene. It's super key. So I hope that helps, Mark. Cindy, thank you for being here. She's enjoying the site, developed GERD after being diagnosed and treated for H. pylori. Still limiting her intake, no heartburn, but still suffering from regurgitation. H. pylori is tricky because it is something that in the short term, it can actually increase your stomach acid production. But in the long term, it can reduce stomach acid production. It's so confusing, but it's very sneaky. And even if you have been treated, I definitely would recommend getting tested again, seeing what the level is like. And for H. pylori, we really have to focus on your overall gut microbiome health. So something that can happen is if this gets treated with antibiotics, which is, great, levels come down, but it can kind of come back. So by nourishing your gut microbiome, getting a wide variety of foods, plant foods to lift up your healthy microbes, this acts like this balance. So the healthy microbes help to keep the bad guys, the H. pylori, down. So you really want to get enough fiber in your diet, whole foods. Think about do you have a fruit or a vegetable with most of your meals? And if you're like, I don't even know what to eat, I don't know what's reflux friendly, I have so much free stuff on my website. Like if you go to FLORA-nutrition.com or mollypelletier.com, you can find all of our free resources. And I have a free grocery list there so that there's tons of produce that you can find that is reflux friendly. So I would definitely really take a gut health perspective. And then with the regurgitation, really slowing down, like really chewing well, small frequent meals too with that. Renee says she's doing so well. Thank you for all your support and wisdom. I'm so glad you're doing well. That is amazing. It makes my day when I get messages, emails from you guys about how the page has helped you. Like the fact that I have not even spoken to you one-on-one in the Instagram page or the FLORA app has helped you so much in completely healing your reflux, getting off of medication. I get a ton of those messages and emails, and it's absolutely amazing. So great work. Diane J is asking about, can we talk about the vagus nerve? Yes, absolutely. So the vagus nerve is one of the most important nerves in your enteric nervous system. The enteric nervous system is part of your gut-brain axis. So this connection between what's happening in our mind and what's happening in our nervous system and our gut microbiome. This nerve controls motility. It controls the flow of food from your mouth down through the esophagus. It controls the opening and closing of these really important sphincters, your lower esophageal sphincter and your post-pyloric sphincter. These muscles are literally controlled by your vagus nerve. And also just the speed of your lower GI tract too, like food moving through the colon and out of the body. So really important. Your nervous system also does a whole lot of other stuff for your digestive system. It is also regulating the production of digestive juices. So issues with the vagus nerve, people who have nerve damage, people who have chronic stress and anxiety that have led to some nervous system dysregulation, this can impact the flow of their digestive enzymes, the flow of their stomach acid. Stomach acid can be too high or too low in these scenarios. And we know that kind of based on literature with ulcers. Ulcers is a perfect example of just acid being produced too much. And that is, often related to stress. We know that there's such a thing as stress ulcers. So the vagus nerve is really important in terms of your entire digestive process, especially when it comes to reflux because of that sphincter control. So we have to make sure that we are taking care of your vagus nerve. I have never seen anyone get better from reflux without addressing their stress and addressing anxiety. And I know what a lot of people are thinking is I can't get rid of my stress. There's just no way. I am dealing with XYZ. dealing with a lot of transitions. And I'm not telling you that you have to get rid of stress. We never can do that. We can't get rid of our life stressors. We have to learn how to manage them, or manage stress. We have to learn how to manage anxiety. And so for a lot of our clients, this comes down to, what does your day-to-day habits, what's your day-to-day habits look like? How does your morning look? Are you checking your email first thing? Are you checking the news first thing? Do you wake up and meditate? Do you wake up and journal? Do you eat regularly throughout the day to help support your nervous system and your blood sugars? Do you have good boundaries with some of these stressors? So taking nervous system breaks, using the FLORA app in the morning, in the evening, this is extremely powerful. And if you've tried everything, like you've tried all the diets, supplements, but you think, maybe I haven't done as good a job of taking care of my nervous system as I could have, this is probably the missing piece for you. Probably is the missing piece. Okay, so let me see other questions coming in. Thank you guys so much for your amazing questions. I had a whole list just in case no one came, but I appreciate all of these questions. Okay, so Kimberly saying, going through so much. Only thing I do is, I think she's saying maybe burp. Can't quit. Driving her nuts. Okay, so with the burping, this can be a symptom of reflux. This can also be related to eating too quickly, aerophagia. So definitely check out my videos on the mealtime mindfulness piece. Make sure that you have, watch all of those, because that can really help. They're in the acid reflux playlist. And then burping can also be nervous system related. I know that sounds like it could be unrelated, but more often than not, clients look back and they find out that can be nervous system related. So don't sleep on the vagus nerve part. Kristen, just joining from Greater London, UK. I'm so glad you're enjoying the FLORA app. That's amazing. Cindy asking about how she can get a GI map appointment. If you send me an email, molly@flora-nutrition.com, we can set you up with a session. Or you can actually just go to our website, flora-nutrition.com, and you can apply for a session there, and we can kind of get the GI map process started for you. Renee from Michigan. All right, Kristen, still yet to be diagnosed, has IBS, LPR, and GERD. Also getting a B12 test, as getting those symptoms now too. Okay, good. So definitely, yeah. And Kristen is remarking that this started after some grieving 8 years ago. 99% of our clients, their symptoms started or worsened after a time of high stress or trauma. So this is also speaking to that vagus nerve connection, and really glad you're getting those nutrient deficiencies looked at. And I'm glad that my page has helped you so far, Kristen. That's awesome. Jacob, I have lots of symptoms when I eat carbs, but near zero when I eat keto. This is pointing more in the direction of root causal, maybe dysbiosis. So if there's a lot of imbalances in your microbiome, carbs are sometimes a trigger, because there's a lot more fermentation happening when you do eat carbs. But carbs is such a broad word. I really want to make sure that, we're eating the right kind of carbs for you. And it also might have to do with FODMAP sensitivities. Could be you're sensitive to more of the higher FODMAP carbs. Daisy, misused, overused betaine HCl a year and a half ago. Oh, I'm so sorry. Betaine HCl is not something that I usually use. She has acidic taste in her mouth 24/7, but endoscopy and labs are normal. Really, really good that they're normal. This is something we'd have to talk about in a one-on-one session, I feel. Because it's been a year and a half with the acidic taste in the mouth. My question is, what's happening at night? There might be, some reflux happening at night that we would want to look at. But alginates is something I'd consider here. Alginates, depending on where you are in the US, we have Reflux Raft, we have Reflux Gourmet. In the UK, you have Gaviscon Advanced. That could be really, really helpful. Okay, we only have a couple more minutes, so I want to make sure I get to some of these other ones. Renee said the mealtime mindfulness was super helpful. She listened to the 5-minute gut healing meditation every day, helped so much. And I'm so glad. So Renee is talking about some FLORA app strategies there. That's amazing. Kristen is wondering about stomach pain when doing breathing exercises around eating. So yes, if you are feeling like you're getting some pain with breathing exercises around eating, you could do the 5+1 method. The 5+1 method is before a meal instead of after. You take 5 deep breaths and think of one thing you're grateful for. So 5 deep breaths, deep diaphragmatic breaths, belly expands, and then one thing you're grateful for. And that can be really more comfortable for some people. Okay, really amazing questions, guys. I think we have time for just a couple more, and then we definitely will do this next time again. So, Natalie is wondering, GI stool test came back, shows I'm not breaking down protein. Yes, I think, I would recommend a digestive enzyme. She is newly pregnant. Let me double check about that. I think with pregnancy, actually I have a podcast coming out about this. Yeah, so digestive enzymes are generally safe in pregnancy, but you do want to check with your OBGYN, of course. And chew your food super well. But keep an eye out for my podcast that's coming out about pregnancy reflux. Okay. Lana, you mentioned in previous videos you're coming out with a product. Yes. Okay, so we're coming out with a supplement soon. And I've thought about this for years and I never did it. But I actually have never announced the name on social media before. So this will be the first time that I announce the name. The name of the product is Sequoia Soothe. And Sequoia Soothe is a combination of all of the things that we use most frequently with our clients in the right dosages. So you don't have to go out and buy all these things separately. You don't have to worry about if you're getting the right dosage for it to be therapeutic. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be great, and really excited for that. It's probably coming in September, and that is going to be, it's a powder formula, just because that's the best way to get that healing contact on the throat and the esophagus. All right. Awesome. These are really great questions. A few general questions coming from Yash, and then let's see. So for those ones, I would definitely check out the acid reflux relief playlist. When stomach feels warmer, not necessarily that I wouldn't necessarily agree with the topical feeling of warmth contributing to acid reflux or being a sign of reflux. I have not seen that. Gastritis contributing to reflux. Gastritis and reflux, it's not really that. This gastritis is just stomach inflammation. So it doesn't mean that the gastritis caused reflux. It's probably more so that the stomach is also a little bit inflamed from previous reflux. That's probably more likely. All right. Shakti is wondering about LPR after having a baby. Yes, it can be hormonal. Hormonal shifts can impact the lower esophageal sphincter. These are usually temporary, but definitely keep an eye out as well for that pregnancy video, or the pregnancy podcast rather, and the podcasts do get posted here on YouTube as well. But though that was going to go into detail about hormonal support as well. One question about working with someone who has PVCs, ectopic beats from reflux. Typically, I have, but it's unclear if reflux causes those issues. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for your amazing questions. Thank you for being a part of this community. I really encourage you to come back every single Monday. I'm going to be doing this 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern time in the US, and bring your questions and I'll answer as many as I can. Thank you again for watching my videos, being a part of this community. It really means the world to me that you guys watch my videos and show so much support. I check my comments every single day, and you guys are so incredibly supportive. So thank you so much, and I will chat with you in the next live.